Okay, one more injury we learned. This was bizarre. Maybe people don't care, but they could in the future. Spencer Burford hurt his knee, and I mean, I didn't even know that he played. He's on special. He played 5 special team snaps. There were some kicks. He was on the field, hurt his knee. Knee's always significant. Kyle Shanahan was asked about it in a follow up, and he was like, "Well, someone's like, is it day to day?" And he's like, "Yeah, for now, but we're gonna have to figure out what to do about it." Which means to me that surgery isn't off the table. So something to monitor. But this is the Trent Williams backup. Trent Williams doesn't play full seasons. He almost didn't play in this last game. This to me is, I mean, this position, the backup left tackle is an important position on this team. I think it's as important as the backup quarterback position. So if Burford has to miss time, who's the backup left tackle?
I don't think it's on the team. I don't think he's on the team. I actually think they broke camp as a 2-tackle team. Yeah. You have McKivitz and you have Williams, and after that, I don't see it. I don't see it now. I know people who follow my content. I've raved endlessly in the OTAs about Austin Pleasance because he really did look great. He was big and powerful, explosive, except he just can't do it. I found out in the summertime he just can't do it. He got worked by speed. He got worked by bull rushes, and he couldn't stand up to power. I mean, if you can't stand up to a bull rush and you're slow out of your stance and you're whiffing on Bryce Huff,
you can't play.
You can't play. And if you have tackles that can't play, then you're going to have a team that's done because your quarterback's going to get killed. So I've been saying it for about a month. I don't think they have a backup tackle. I think they got a real major league problem if either one of their tackles go down. I will be interested to see if they turn this injury, and I'm not saying it's not legit, into a different offensive tackle. I would not be surprised if the 49ers use draft capital in 26 or some draft capital in the future to go find a better third tackle, because I think they know what I know, which is, I'm not going to say it publicly, but they were at all the practices I was at, and they know football better than I do, and they know that those guys can't do it. So I'm surprised they haven't gotten another tackle in there yet.
It seems like they're one injury away to Trent from Austin Pleasance playing left tackle,
which is a really, I don't think people understand what a nightmare that is. Carl Granderson would have probably knocked out Mac Jones yesterday if Trent and McKivitz didn't play.
So that's not great. I don't. Bad luck. It's football. He played 5 snaps. He got hurt. It's his knee. But I mean, I think they were sort of walking a tightrope here to begin with. You haven't drafted an offensive tackle since you drafted Spencer Burford and Jalen Moore 4 years ago. You're adding guys like Austin Pleasance off the scrap heap at a position that's as, hard to find talent as quarterback. It seems to me that the Niners have proven they can withstand a loss to their starter at quarterback. Brock Purdy went down, they won. George Kittle went down, they won 2 games. But if Trent goes down, I don't know how many teams they can beat. If Christian goes down, I don't know how many teams they can beat. Those 2 guys might be the most irreplaceable players in the team.
And tackle is offensive tackle is probably, outside of quarterback, probably the hardest position in the whole league to fill.
Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now.
You never see good tackles. There's no Brock Purdy good tackle story. Oh, he was the last pick in the draft. I guess maybe
Jordan Mailata is the closest one you can think of, but it's that's because he was a dominant athlete in another sport who didn't know how to play football.
Right. He didn't play college. He was like rugby, or I think rugby.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So, I mean, and he's 6'8", 365, super athletic.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if I were John Lynch, I think I would go, take my 5 or 6 extra scouts that I have who aren't doing much and just tell them, search the freaking globe for a Jordan Mailata. Go search the globe. Go look at basketball players. Go look at rugby players. Go find me a 6'8", 350-pound guy with great feet, and then we'll take a chance on that guy.
You know who was the closest one to that the Niners have taken, that late round traitsy offensive tackle? It was about 10 years ago? Trent Brown.
It worked.
Trent Brown. as opposed to taking
success
the
story.
Justin Schools of the world or just stocking up on guards because the Niners love guards and they can find some good ones. Shoot big for someone like that. The reason I like the Alfred Collins pick, even though he's been pretty bad so far,
Yeah,
it's Trent Brown's cousin. He's got traits. He's got the feet. He's got the size. And if it doesn't work out for Alfred Collins at D tackle, they can put him offensive tackle. They can move him to offensive tackle, Larry.
Well, I was thinking as I was watching New Orleans yesterday, I kept thinking to myself, this is going to be a team to keep on speed dial for later in the year. If you lose a back, you want Kamara. If you lose a receiver, they have an Olave. If you need an edge rusher, they have a Granderson. I'm looking at their offensive line. They have Banks at left tackle, the rookie, and Fuaga, the right tackle from Oregon State.
They got a center,
Trevor Penning, who was a first-round pick as well. They have Dylan Radunes. I don't know. I mean, I have not done the deep dive on every team's offensive line, but I mean, there's got to be.
I think every player on that offensive line is a first-round pick or a second-round pick. Cesar Ruiz,
but
Eric
look
McCoy.
at Philadelphia. Philadelphia is stacked on the offensive line.
Yep.
Let me see their practice squad. They got to have somebody on their practice squad, offensive line wise. They have Luke Felix Fuatolo and Holland Pierce. They have Holland Pierce. If you want to take Holland Pierce, who's the 6'8", 350-pound offensive tackle from Rutgers, who they've kind of moved to guard, probably because he's too slow. I mean, they have him on their practice squad. But I would, you don't find great tackles on the practice squad. You don't find great tackles, typically on the street. This is why the situation is so dire. It's like because these guys are impossible to find. Like if the Niners really do want to add to their tackle situation, they probably have to trade a 26 draft choice.